Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy DDZ and we got Siri in this Discord call, and today it's something really different. By the way, welcome back to another Crit Talkers podcast, but it's really different. We got a special guest that we will be having fun with tonight. His Discord name is Soden, but his name is Mirza. So say hi, Mirza.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
All right. So Mirza, he has a really interesting life that we can talk about. He is also one of a really great friend of ours, and yeah, he's just said, yeah, maybe we can have some fun here. So, Mirza, how is your current day, your mood right now, currently?
It's going pretty good. I mean, I did a few workouts
Okay,
and, played games a little bit.
awesome.
Um, just worked on myself today. And yeah,
Okay,
doing well
so
today.
okay, that is really nice. So run me through your whole day today. Run me through your whole day, your mentality, skill, everything. The second you woke up, and the
Well,
time. When did you wake up, Mirza?
I woke up at 6 in the morning today
6 in the morning. Wow.
and, of course, I ate my breakfast.
Okay,
I
what was
washed
your
my
mood?
face.
What was your mood in the morning?
I felt like shit, but I had to get
Okay.
through it. I had to get through it. I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest.
Okay. I like
And,
that.
you know, uh, I went and ate and then I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna run. And yeah. And then
Okay.
I did my tournament that I have to do for my games.
Ooh.
And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for today.
And the game that we're talking about is soccer, right?
It's Rocket League, actually.
Oh, video game, Rocket League.
Yeah, video game.
Okay, so soccer.
Yeah,
All right. That's
soccer.
really, really cool, actually. Okay. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that is really cool for your dailies. And you do this like basically every single day, kind of, sort of? Like
Yeah,
you got
I
a
started,
routine?
I started recently, but yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Okay, Siri, you got something to add on with that?
I wanted to ask a question from earlier. What do you have for breakfast? What's a nutritious day for Mirza? What do you eat for lunch, breakfast, and dinner?
Well, for breakfast, I ate Fruity Pebbles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, solid.
And then
Okay.
for lunch, my mom made like this food. It's like she mixed potatoes
Okay.
with like the salami and then eggs, and she like mix it and combine it with like a sauce. It tastes really good.
Okay.
And then I just made a ramen earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tight. That's pretty cool. So, all right. So, moving on from this, right? So, we got the daily thing over with. Do
Mhm.
you have anything to tell us? Because the audience of the Crit Talker channel, we don't know. We don't know what you are. You just spawned into this channel currently. So, do you have anything to maybe a little introduction of yourself, anything like that sort? We can get it out the way right now.
Nothing to say. Just
Nothing to say.
I'm unique.
Who are
That's all I gotta
you?
say.
Who are you,
Kawhi,
Tell us.
Mirza?
Kawhi Leonard.
Oh,
I'm
all right.
Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, so mysterious man, don't worry, we will get his answers from these questions.
All
All
right.
right, so moving on from all that, we just got done with stage one. We got a couple more stages to do.
Mhm.
So we've got the Mirza early life. We're gonna go in the early life now.
Mm.
So Mirza, I remember we was in third grade together, and I met you in third grade, but we gotta go all the way before that.
Correct.
So early life, Mirza, when did you start officially? Because for you guys don't know, he is a fighter and he says he's really good at it. So when did you start training for your skills? Like what age exactly?
Well, I started gaining the love for fighting at around age 4-ish,
Okay.
but I started training at the age of 6.
Ooh,
Like I was
okay.
from
And do
four
you
to
have
six.
any reasons or like motivation how you started to like in love with the sport fighting, like, um
Um, Muhammad Ali. I used to watch him a lot as a kid,
great boxer?
and I used to watch MMA as a kid,
Okay.
and my brother was a fighter.
Right,
So
right. We can. Okay, so that's really cool. So you started like officially watching that around like the age of 4, you said, and then you fell in love with it.
yeah,
So I'm
sort of.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so around that age, do you have like a mentality set already for
No,
everything?
it was mainly a hobby
Okay.
from 4 to 6, and then a little past that, it was still a hobby, but I was taking it a little more seriously. And then I'd say at around the age of 8, that's when I started taking it really seriously.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so all of that combined, your family, everything, they support you through everything right here.
Yep. My
Your
dad is a
mentality.
fighter. My brother is a fighter. My sisters took jiu-jitsu classes.
Okay.
My mom's not a fighter, but she's not against the idea.
Wow. Cool. All right. All right. All right. Nice. Let me see right here. Hold up one sec. All right. Okay. So when you were younger, did you have any like say your brother, your sister, like they actually like, push you and like supported you, like actually taught you actually like maybe like spar a little bit with you when you were younger to like keep your motivation going?
Well, if I'm gonna be completely honest, me and my siblings used to get in a lot of physical fights.
Ooh.
It
Okay.
would, yeah, we would argue tons, and we would fight, and like a lot of bad stuff happened. Like, I sprained my sister's ankle. Like, we broke
Wow.
TVs, and
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But I'd say my brother, like, he wanted to train me, but I was always just like, I like it for fun.
Yeah, for sure.
But later on, I changed my mind on that.
For sure,
So
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's all right. Oh, we got your little early life settled.
Mhm.
Okay, so what about now? Your current stage. So run us through your workout routine now. Your
Oh,
current
like right
stage.
now?
Yeah, right now currently.
All right. So, after breakfast, I usually pop 200 push-ups, not in one go, just like 200 push-ups, and then I would do roughly 70 crunches, but like,
Wow.
not quick crunches, just like,
Okay.
like the hard ones. And then I would put my legs like up on a wall. I don't know what the workout's called, but I put my legs up on the wall. I do like, and I lift myself. I do the fist push-ups, like I don't know
Oh,
how to
to
explain.
like get your triceps going? Or
Yeah,
what is
to get
that?
like my shoulders. It's for
Okay.
my shoulders. So I would like basically put myself upside down,
Uh-huh.
and I would like put my feet on the wall, and I would let go, and I would balance myself, and then I would just like do push-ups like that and
Interesting.
stuff. Yeah,
Okay. So is that what you do like regularly?
yeah. But I try to max out 1,000 push-ups a day, and then I do weight lifts of
Wow.
25, 12 reps, 3 sets in
Wow.
a day.
So all these things you do, all these body physique, crazy body physique workouts, 1,000 push-ups a day, try and get your goal up. Is this just for your body, or are you trying to have a goal in the future?
Um,
Are you
I
trying to
mean,
become
I'm just trying to be fit. I'm
okay?
trying to rule the world in my own sense, basically.
Rule the world.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just like
Okay,
that's my mentality.
that's his current mentality. That is really really
Rule the
nice
world.
mentality. If you ask me.
Yeah.
Siri, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, it was just a funny thing I was saying. Like, funny thing I was thinking about while Mirza was telling his entire story. Like, when I imagine Mirza, like, on the wall doing I'm just imagining a Bruce Lee movie and, like, Bruce Lee. He's just.
Oh, okay. I
I
can
got
see that
you.
happening.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, okay. So that is really interesting for Mirza. Okay, okay. All right, we got okay. Mm, Mirza.
Hmm.
So when you're younger from now, run me through all your what mentality you have for sports. So like soccer. So I
Hmm.
know everybody here that's watching, Mirza here is really into soccer. He's still playing for soccer. Really great soccer player. So run me through all that real quick.
I kicked my first ball when I was 2 years old,
Wow.
and I've been playing since then. And my mentality has always been I'm the best, but I know I can always be better, and I
Okay.
know I can always train more, and I know I can always, be better than what I am. Even though I know I'm the best and I think I'm the best, I can always
Ooh.
be more.
All right.
There's always a new level to
I
unlock.
like that. I like that. Okay. So So I know you told me this personally a couple weeks ago, but
Yeah.
run this podcast channel on your stats. His soccer season ended recently, and run me through the stats that you had for
So
soccer.
this season I played for Las Vegas Surf FC 2009, and I played 38 games, I believe, with
Okay.
an injury that set me back 3 months. It was a broken collarbone,
Oh,
and
that was
I
bad.
managed to get 48 goals with 17 assists
That is some crazy
in
stuff right
38
there.
games.
That's some crazy stuff right there.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That is some crazy stuff. All right. So, without that, do you have any other sports that you'd like to play and, that you're trying to get better at?
Well, my top five sports,
Uh
like
huh.
in terms of like what I believe are the best, is soccer, basketball, football, baseball, and hockey. I play all five of them,
Hockey
but
player.
yeah, but I play soccer the most,
Uh huh.
obviously. Uh, I love all the other sports, and I respect, you know,
Okay.
how they're played, but soccer is just my favorite.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that. So, okay, well, I heard hockey in there, right? So,
Yeah,
hockey, you said you like the sport, or you think you play at this sport before? Hockey?
played it on ice. I used to play
Whew.
for a team actually for a year.
Oh, wow. So,
Uh,
Seriously, I know Siri here. You play some hockey right now currently. So, do you guys know like anything to talk about around hockey?
no, not really. I mean,
No?
there was a time in my life, I think it was like 2019. It was
Mm-hmm.
fifth grade for us. 2019, 2020. Uh, I stopped liking soccer a lot, and I went to
Ooh.
hockey for a year, and then I came back.
Okay. Okay, so what made you quit hockey again and go back to soccer?
You know, I just like
It's like a
I wasn't feeling it. I just like
okay.
soccer. I don't know. It was just
Like the mood
it was
swing
more appealing.
came
It was
back
more
again.
appealing. Yeah.
Okay, okay, understandable. What other sports have you like played like for a team like baseball?
I didn't play on any
Anything
other
else?
team.
Okay, that's cool. That is really cool. That's interesting. I never knew that
Yeah.
personally. Okay, so that's that. Okay, all right. So we're gonna get a little bit deeper now.
Can I add something?
Yeah, you can add something, of course.
The motive that made me go from soccer to hockey
Oh yeah.
is this was the time during quarantine, and during quarantine I lost a lot of like cardio.
Uh huh.
So I feel like hockey gave me a lot less cardio to work on
Oh
because
okay.
like the ice was like making me feel less like tired, and
Ooh.
I wasn't really into working at that time, like in terms
Okay.
of
Interesting.
training.
Interesting. So you're saying that like playing soccer, running on the field is like a lot harder
Yeah,
than like skating on ice?
it's a lot harder in my opinion. I
Okay.
think skating is more physical and everything, but
Yeah.
soccer is a lot more enduring in terms of your stamina.
I see that because a field is really big, right? A field is
Mm.
like way bigger than the hockey. I understand that. But isn't like their hockey like they have like armor pads and stuff you have to put on or anything like that?
Yeah, but it's still physical. I mean,
It's too
you get
physical.
hit, and
Yeah.
you know,
I understand that. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, but I definitely I can see that like soccer being way more like the stamina part. I see that endurance. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to a little deeper stuff on your fighting career.
ooh,
Okay, your fighting career. This is probably one of the most interesting. Is if it's not the rising action, it gotta be the climax of this podcast. So the fighting career. Run me through what age did you start actually taking fighting a little bit better, like not like at the age of 4, just
right.
playing around, but tell me when you started actually trying.
So I'll tell you. So I started at 4 for two reasons. I already told you one of them.
Yep.
Muhammad Ali. He was obviously my favorite fighter of all
Yep.
time. And also, I'm gonna get a little personal here. At age 4, my brother got deported to back to his country because
Okay.
he did a lot of crimes, and they asked him, where do you want to go? He said, I want to go to Bosnia. I think it's
Okay.
better for me. And I looked up to him, and I knew he was a fighter, so that motivated me to get a little more into fighting.
For sure.
So it's like a connection. Like when I fought, I always, thought of him basically.
For sure. And that, wow, that's actually really strong. Like That definitely gets your mentality up, huh? Gets your
Sure.
motive, mentality, everything, huh?
Yeah.
So I guess probably each day you're doing this, maybe you are like thinking of him.
Yeah.
Even if you get low to like lowest point, you don't want to do this. You're thinking of something. Maybe it's him, and to keep you going.
Yeah. He motivated me,
Yeah, for
even
sure,
though he was far away.
for sure. So okay. So when let me ask you this then. When was the first time you actually stepped into a training facility or a camp and actually trained?
So my dad, I think I was 5.5, 6. My dad took me to a boxing like thing. It was we didn't fight, we didn't spar or
Uh
anything, but
huh.
he took me like to basically train my like we did tug of war and stuff like that to train
Oh
my
wow.
my back and everything
Okay.
and give me
And okay. And is that like also like part of a reason why you liked it, like when you went
yeah,
in there?
yeah, I liked it. It was I had a lot of energy back then, so it
Yeah.
was a good way to get energy out of me.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
yeah, that was
Okay.
what.
Cool. Okay. And so let me ask you this then: when was the first time you actually fought somebody else, like real fight, or what was the
You fought?
style? What was the style like? Like boxing? Was it like kind of cage
So
fight? What was it?
so um my dad. So after this boxing thing,
Yeah.
this transitions. Uh, After a few months, I wasn't really feeling it, and I
Okay.
knew my dad was the teacher of my brother. So I asked my dad, I was like, "Can you teach me some stuff?" And he basically taught me uh, a few stuff that he knew he wasn't really like willing to teach me,
Uh huh.
but he taught me a little bit of karate, a little bit of boxing, a little bit of wrestling, and a little bit of judo, which is his best style in fighting. And I guess my first real fight was against him,
Your dad?
but I don't really count it. It wasn't like it was more of a spar than a fight.
Who? Your dad?
But yes,
Okay.
but my first real fight,
Mm-hmm.
I believe I don't count this towards my record like professionally, but my first real fight was against this one kid. It was at a birthday party actually, and like
Oh wow. So it's not official. It's like
yeah, don't
real,
count it.
real. It's going
Yeah,
down.
yeah, and he had a big ego, and I
Okay.
like to sleep a lot of guys like that. So basically, I hit him with a 1-2. He fell back, and then I basically elbowed him and gave him a bloody nose, and they pulled me off. It wasn't a long fight, but that was my first ever altercation.
Dang, you gotta run me through that. You gotta run me through the whole story.
So basically, like I was a kid that was like everybody's equal, right?
Yeah,
That's how I
for
grew up.
sure.
Everybody's equal. And this kid, I don't remember everything, but this kid just like had a fucking like an ego. I'm sorry, I had to cut
Yeah,
ego. He
no
had a
problem.
big ego,
I understand. Yeah.
and like he just thought he was better than every single person at that party, and like he thought he was the main character of the whole story. And he we're playing basketball, and he hits a nasty layup. I'm not even gonna lie, but it gets all up in my face. I'm like, yo, chill out. You're no better than anybody here. And he's like, yeah, 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 yeah. He's talking shit. That's when I lost it. My blood boiled, and I fucked this shit up. I was done. He came
Wow.
at me, and that was my first experience as a fighter, I guess.
Wow. All that just over a basketball game. Wow.
Well, there's more to it.
Uh-huh.
He was disrespecting people's beliefs and everything.
Ooh.
So I wasn't feeling that guy.
Okay.
But
Well, it's
yeah,
good that you slept him that day. I think he learned something from his
yeah.
ego. Okay. Wow. Nice. Nice. Okay. All right. So that is that a little bit into fighting. So what do you think? Do you now do you training fighting anything like that? Current Mirza.
Mm, I do a little wrestling with my dad still,
Okay.
and nothing crazy, just like a tad bit. I I basically just warm myself up to make sure I still know what I used to
For
do,
sure.
and if I need to use it,
For sure. So
always in the
for sure. So just to make it clear, your dad was a professional boxer when he was younger.
professional boxer.
Or
Is
like he was like, he knows what to do.
uh he my father is a eighth degree black belt.
Eighth degree black belt.
Eighth degree black belt. He is 59 years old as of right now. Uh, he basically he went to school in Bosnia and Germany for
Uh-huh.
karate.
Oh, so
And
okay, a black belt in karate.
yes, and uh, he also brought my brother there when my brother was born in
Oh,
Bosnia.
so your
Took him
brother's
to
also a karate.
yes,
Okay.
and he took him to Germany. My brother became a second degree, and
Ooh.
then my dad took him out, and my dad created a organization. It's mainly Bosnians, but
Mm-hmm.
the organization is called Kajuda. It's now
Kajita.
known as a clan,
Wow.
and
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
Kajuda is our own interpretation of the word dragon or dragons.
Dragon.
Yeah,
How do you say Kajuda?
Kajuda, yeah, like Kajuda.
Kajuda. Wow. Okay. So now it's like a clan somewhere in like Bosnia?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so your dad, so if you know this, right? How back to your dad's karate career, do you know how long it took him to get the eighth degree black belt?
So my dad started karate school at the age of 6.
6?
Yes, and he retired. Uh, he retired karate at the age of 38, I believe. 39. So
6,
that's
30.
roughly 32 years of karate.
Oh my God.
And he retired as a seventh degree, but
Uh-huh.
they honor him as an eighth degree, according to his skills.
Interesting. I never knew that now. See, I never knew that. Okay. Wow. Okay, so he retired 7th grade, but to honor all the years, got
Yeah.
it to 8th. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So your dad, does he know any other like kind of sparring position like boxing other than that, the karate?
The fighting styles we
Yep.
learned were boxing, wrestling, karate, judo, taekwondo, uh, MMA, I guess can count. Uh, what were the other ones? Muay Thai, and there are a few others that I can't really
So
get on
there's
the top.
more than that.
Yeah, there's maybe two more, three more.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So out of all of that, what do you think you're like best of? Or your dad and your brother?
Um, me, unorthodox.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
So,
So run me
I
through it. Run me through
I
the.
fight I fight more with my heart.
Ooh, okay.
With will, I don't. They have a lot more skill than me
Yeah.
in terms of as a fighter. But I can say I fight with the spirit of an animal.
Okay.
So yeah,
Interesting.
and then
So, okay.
my father is probably the best at judo.
Run me through that one.
So he's obviously stats wise better at karate,
Okay.
but judo he started learning by himself, and that
Okay.
became his main uh ability or use.
So run me through how do you do it like against a 1v1? How do you use that fighting style?
Judo?
Yeah.
I'm not really experienced with judo. You'd have
Not
to ask him.
experience. Okay. Interesting. What about your brother then?
My brother is the best at karate, and
Karate?
that's been his style. But he knows others.
Yeah,
But that's his style
for sure.
for his whole life.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, interesting. So, back to the clan thing now. Like, what is it called? The
Judo.
Judah.
Kajuda. Um, so have you when you were you in the clan at one point?
Oh yeah, I've been in the clan.
Are you still in there currently?
I'm yeah, I'm regarded to as a high level
High
part of
level.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. And is your dad like the creator or the owner of the clan?
He's the owner of the clan.
Okay. Okay. So okay, that's interesting. Wow. Okay. So how many fights or any wait, have you guys compete first of all, have you guys competed in like actual like before it turned into a clan? Have you guys competed in any like national tournaments, anything like that?
My brother did. Uh, my brother's record was 12-0 as a
12
karate.
and 0.
Uh, as a second degree black belt, he's 12-0. My
Wow.
dad, I don't know. but I can tell you I think he's undefeated as well. I don't know his record,
Uh huh.
but he did a little bit. He was more just like, I don't know how to explain it. He wasn't really it wasn't like they didn't record it at that
Uh
time.
huh.
Like that's not like some because he lived in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
This wasn't really filmed
Okay.
like boxing matches.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understood. What about you? What about you? What's your record currently?
So my record
Oh yeah.
as a fighter, I'm gonna be honest, it's 4-0.
4-0.
4-0. But my record against Kajuta clan members and
Yeah.
including that is
Ooh.
35-1.
35-1. Run me
Yes.
through the one loss. Run me through that one real quick.
We're gonna be here for a while.
Run me through it. We got
All
all the
right.
time we need.
Um, so basically in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
I first had my conversation with my brother after 4 years, 5 years. I hadn't talked to him for 4 or 5 years. The last time I talked to him was through a prison glass
Okay.
because he was in prison. And I talked to him on the phone. Obviously, I was crying.
Yeah.
I miss him and everything.
Yeah.
And he told me, "Are you still into fighting?" And I was like, "Of course. It reminds me of you." And he knew I was coming to Bosnia that year. So basically, he told me he would train me, and I was like super excited. I was
Uh-huh.
ecstatic to go there. And basically,
Wow.
uh, after or yeah, right after school ended, so
Yeah.
June 20th, because in Forbes when we went, that's how
Yeah.
it ended
Around that
ended
time.
later.
Around that time.
Um, I went for 3 weeks,
3 weeks.
and he trained me. We did a very harsh training. We had to run in pitch black, and we could not hit anything. And if we did, suicides, we had to do suicides and everything.
Suicides. Wow.
Yes, and we fought trees. Like we worked with trees with punching
With the bare fist. Nothing. Just
bare
bare
fist.
fist.
They punched bricks. I didn't
Yeah. Okay.
because I have a small hand back then. And yeah, we just did a lot of wrestling, a lot of this. It was very minor. But then I fought the clans,
The Kajuta clan.
the clan members. It consists of 32 members.
Okay, interesting. This is actually what I was about to ask after this. So this is really interesting here. So the Kajuta clan, you actually spar with them when you were
Mhm.
there.
And we fight 100%. There's no
100% full out.
100%.
What age were you back then when you went?
I was 8 years old,
8 years old against what, like 20, 30 year olds?
20, 30 year olds. Yes.
And you guys
The
fought all out.
the range was 19 years old to 31. I believe, except for my brother. My brother
Ooh.
was 30, 33.
Okay,
I believe.
so at that time, was your dad in Bosnia as well, or was he in the U.S.?
No, he wasn't.
No.
He was in the U.S. working.
So maybe was your brother maybe in charge of the Kajuta clan back
Yeah, he
then?
was
Yeah.
he was taking charge, and yeah, they basically
Interesting.
he was in
Okay.
charge.
Wait, so was the whole Kajuta clan, was it like, do they live in one house, or like they have a facility? They do everything.
Uh, they live by themselves, but it's all in one village.
So, oh,
We
okay.
have it's like not a trap house, but we have our own like facility. Yes, you can
Okay.
say.
Okay, I understand. And you guys
And
like you guys obviously train together, right? The Kajuta clan and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a question, Mirza.
Oh yes. Go ahead.
Who is the current leader of Kajuda, if it's appropriate to ask?
It's my father.
Your father.
Mm.
Ooh, wait, so who takes charge of the Kajuta clan right now from
Yeah, that's what I
Bosnia?
meant.
Yeah.
So I think we have a friend.
Uh-huh.
So my dad is the leader, but he leaves it in the hands of. We have a friend. He's 25 years old. His name is Admir.
Admir.
Yeah, and he takes control of that clan, I
Wow.
guess.
So was
He,
he already in the clan when you were there in Bosnia when you were 8?
yes, he's like my brother's best friend. That's why my dad left it to him.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so back to the sparring. So you guys sparred like what, every single day? when you were
Yeah,
there?
I sparred 31 of the 32 members, or
Wow.
30, 30.
30?
So I might be off about my record. 34 and 1.
34
34,
and 1.
34.
Okay, so run me through all the sparring. I was like, all the Kajuda members, they have like the same, like when you what you were experienced, were they fighting the same
Uh,
styles or like they were
they're
different?
they're all different in their sense. They're
Okay.
different. Like they have a tad bit different things, but they all fight with the same base. Same base, but it's different. Like okay, how do I explain it? Like you have a main building in a city.
Yeah.
They all fight with that main building in the city, but then they have these different buildings that are different from one another that
Okay.
contribute to them alone.
So like the same pizza topping, I mean basic pizza things, but different
Yeah,
toppings.
different toppings. Yes,
Got
exactly.
it. Okay. Interesting. So and like by my you're what 34 and 1? You're all that record? Do
34
you
and 1. I thought it was 35, but I
yeah.
just did the math. It's not.
Okay. So like you obviously you can like see through their like plans that like when they do this, you already know that they were about to do it. Like you can read them and everything like a book
Uh,
basically.
I'm good at reading,
Uh-huh.
but what makes me a good fighter is my durability. I feel like I can tank a lot of hits.
Like the endurance?
No, like endurance is different. That's like stamina. That's like how
Yeah,
long you can last.
their
I'm
ability.
talking. I'm talking. If I get hit,
Uh-huh.
like I don't have good defense. I'll admit right now, I don't have good defense. But if I get hit, I can eat it. Usually,
Okay.
95% of the time, I can eat it.
You
I
can
don't get
eat
affected.
those 20, 38-year-old men's punches.
Correct.
Age of 8.
Correct.
Dang. That
We
is
trained our
impressive.
we trained our jaws.
You train your jaws. How do you train that?
So basically, there's two ways to train it.
Uh-huh.
Uh, One way I wasn't really a fan of, but we did it anyway. We chewed on wood.
You chew on wood.
Chewed on
How
wood
do
bark.
how do you do that? You like chop wood down and you just chew it?
You chop little tiny pieces and you just stick it in your mouth and you just we have to clean them first obviously and then you
Uh-huh.
stick it in your mouth in the side and you just bite down for the like 5 hours.
Does it not make your like gum or anything bleed?
Nope. It wasn't. We made it. We have our tools
Mm-hmm.
where we basically make it as like not sharp as possible, and then we clean it so that we don't get any parasites or anything like that.
Wow.
And it's very small bits though. It's like maybe this big. And we just put them in like 3 hours.
What's the second? How's the second way?
The second way is we put our chins on our wood barks and we roll our chins across so that it can build. Like so
Oh.
when we
So you
get
kind of roll
hit,
it to get like it hardens up the chin.
yeah. It's like how Mike Tyson did his neck rolls and it made his neck a lot more
Okay.
huge. It's like that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Right.
Wow. And do you train your body anything like that to harden your like maybe your muscles up a little bit or like
So yeah, we trained our endurance part with suicides. We did
uh-huh.
suicides regardless. But if you did anything bad, you have to do more. We did 1,000 push-ups like I'm doing right now. Uh, and we had to do 200 in a row. So it was like the when you drop, if you drop from the 200
Yeah.
once, that's 10 suicides. It's like two suicides
10
are just
suicides.
that's just the punishment.
The suicide you mean like the basketball rule suicides?
Yes, but it's not suicides how you think. Straight line, straight back.
Oh.
In Bosnia, it's hills. You have to run up hills, suicides.
Wow.
Mm,
So say one suicide it's like you go up a hill and you go down a hill.
then you go right back up. That counts as one.
Wow.
Mm,
And you have to do 10 if you drop from a 200 rep push up.
once. So if you do it twice, it's 20.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
surviving that. I'm not
Yeah, but
surviving that.
that's the thing. It builds us.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I can see that's some like hardcore training
And
that
don't
you've
think
been through.
don't think I did this with ease.
Yeah,
I cried. I cried doing this. I passed out 3 times doing this. I
for
I
sure.
I felt pain
Yeah.
doing that.
Was
It
that
wasn't like,
you'd say you consider like was that like the most like hard and shit like pain anything gathered you've ever had in your whole entire lifetime?
of course,
Of
there's
course,
nothing
without a
like
doubt, without a doubt.
nothing like nothing like that.
Wow.
And
Okay.
we had to get up at 4 in the morning, run in pitch black. There's no lights in the village.
Yeah.
To run, you have to remember with muscle memory, or memory, where you're going, which trail you're taking. And there's dogs that are just left out, and you can run into any one of them at any
Ha-
time.
Ooh, so it has a dog ever like
If
chase you?
if you go off road
Uh
and
huh.
you run into a tree, you're gonna run straight in. You're gonna hit your head on it.
Has that ever happened to you?
I did trip over something and fly into like a metal
Yeah.
container thing that they have on the side of the trail. But after a little bit of time, we ran a mile. We did the whole village is 5 miles,
Okay.
but towards the end, I'm gonna be honest, I only memorized about a mile.
Wow. Okay. So definitely there was like definitely some misunderstanding of the routes for you.
And that was also sort of training for my face, because uh I can tank like hits. Like if I
Oh
hit a
yeah.
metal container,
Uh huh.
it's gonna hurt really bad.
Yeah.
So if I take a hit like that, like from a punch,
Yeah.
it's sort of training in that sense as well.
Oh man. What like early life you had, man. That's some crazy stuff right there.
We call it suicide training because it literally
Wow.
is.
Okay, so that's for your upper body. More about your lower body, like your knee, your shin. You had
Uh,
training anything for that? Your shin.
Basically, um, we did we did squats, of course, and then we had this one. It wasn't a boulder, but it was a big rock. They'd place it on your thighs, and you
Okay.
had to do dips. So it worked your arms and your legs at the same time. You had to do dips
Wow.
with the rock. But
Oh. Wow.
they'd basically so that the rock doesn't fall, they strap it with tape, and then you do it.
Dang. Okay. Also, a couple of days earlier, I saw this. I ran across this video. It works your shin. So
Oh,
it's like
you kick a pole.
no, it's like this one. I also that one, but I think that one's like a bit too crazy. But
That's Muay Thai.
no, this video I think is a UFC fighter. He has a wooden or like the police staff they have like the black
Yeah,
bar.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
know.
kind of hit like with that same material. He kind of like slightly hits the shin a little bit to like
Hmm.
hardens it up. Like, have you
Yeah.
ever any heard of that before?
We used wood, not metal, but
Uh huh.
it's not as bad, but it still trained it pretty well.
So
Our
you know what I'm talking about, and you guys have done it before.
Yeah, we use wood barks, big wood
Wow.
barks.
And does that hurt like that thing?
It hurts when you do after a while, but the first one doesn't really hurt that bad. It's all right.
Interesting.
I'd say it's the easiest workout of
Wow.
what I had.
Okay. Okay. All right. So that is really nice. You got any like other big things, maybe like a scenario you have to conclude the fighting stage of this podcast? Any big things?
Ooh, well, my favorite thing. Well,
Yeah.
actually, no, it's my least favorite thing in my life, but my favorite thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay. Interesting.
So,
Let's hear it.
after beating 30 members of the Kajuta clan,
Uh huh.
I made a correct decision and a horrible decision. I chose to fight my brother.
Oh.
I told, I told him, I was like, well, you're just standing there. You don't want to fight any of us. Like, I looked up to you basically, and you're pussying out. You're just here.
Dang. So you
And
guys fought.
we fought full on. He didn't take a step off the pedal. Neither did I. We fought for exactly 53 minutes and 41 seconds.
Oh. What? You remember that?
And this was all recorded for the documentary,
Oh yeah.
January 14th, 2024.
We got a little plug in there. Wait. So you guys fought. So wait, hold up. Let me just hold up. Let me process real quick. So you guys fought where at exactly?
This is in front of the facility. This is where we trained
When you guys remember outside the facility?
outside the
So
facility.
it's kind of like a raw dogfight. Like there's no
Raw dog.
like
There's
there's
no
no
boundary.
boxing, like
No
any
boundary.
ropes.
Whatever you want.
That's crazy. But you guys can only use fist, right? And like fist.
Anything we want. We can scratch. We can bite. We can fist. We can kick. We can knee. We can do anything we need.
How long did you say
It
you
is
go for? 53 minutes, 41
it is
seconds.
free fight. Yep. 53 minutes, 41 seconds.
Who
And
won?
oh, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Um, so the fight started off fairly low. I think we were just trying to, he was just trying to pin me to the ground, basically. And I was kind of fighting back. It was working, but with the will, like I said, I fight like with animal spirit.
For sure.
With will, I got out of these things. Uh, and I'd say for about 20 minutes of the fight, there were a few fatal blows to one another, but it wasn't crazy. And then uh, for the minutes 20 to 40, I started speeding up a little bit, and we were trying to hit each other like really bad. And there's a clip in my documentary, which I'll actually show. It's him on like he's like basically wrestling me. He's
Hmm.
on top of me, and I'm basically like trying to get out. Like I'm like smacking his back and everything, and I scratch his back, and blood is gushing out from my nails. Did it to his back, and it basically pains him a little bit. I get him off of me, and then I knee him and kick him, and I get him off of me, and I started like pounding him, and I thought I was gonna win the fight at this point. But then he gets up, and this is around the 43rd minute. He lands a fatal overhand, just overhands me. And you'll see in the documentary, if you slow that down, my face like this was out here. That's how hard I got hit. And in my opinion, I had an ego back then. I never thought I can be hurt because I trained enough to not feel like I would ever be hurt. When I felt that hit, I got scared for the first time in my fighting career. I got really
Dang.
scared. I got extremely scared. I was backing up like like my vision was blurry. I was looking up, I saw a dark figure just over me basically. And I took this hit and I was buzzed. Like I could still see and move a little bit, but I was like in shock. Like I was a little blurry and I was backing up like I was crawling back. Like I was like really scared. I was terrified. And he started destroying me after that. I mean, I tell you, this guy would not let off the pedal for a good 11 minutes. Imagine getting pounded for 11 minutes. Just straight.
I would have
Just,
been like,
just fucking, and just,
you haven't like
it,
you didn't get knocked out or anything?
no, I mean, I was like, I'd rather be knocked out than feel what I felt by far. It felt worse than a knockout. It felt worse than being dead, what I felt.
But he won though at the
I
end?
felt like torture. And listen,
Yeah.
he lets a little mercy. He thought I would surrender. But as I said, I have the will and the heart
Hmm.
of an animal. This is just not, I don't give up. So finally, I get a little arrogant, and I know my brother is good in the air. He's really good in the air. So I run at him and I jump at him. I kind of launch at him. I'm trying to knee him right in his face. So I jumped that high where my knee was reaching his face. He basically grabs my like right underneath my armpit, grabs my other one, knee to the right rib, knee to the left rib, and basically breaks fractures both of my ribs, and then he basically uh holds me like that, and then he like kind of like tosses me like that, and he grabs me by my throat, basically like, hey
What?
yo,
He did
hey,
a whole fatality on bro.
Bro,
hey,
the Mortal Kombat
and then
fatality.
Oh,
he slowly like drops me, but he doesn't like throw me. He lets me stand. And another thing in the documentary, it'll have a picture, a shot. I'm standing like this. Hold up, I'll show you right now. I'm standing, facing the camera, shirtless, I had sort of underwear on. It was like to here maybe, like to right there. I was bloody, like you could not see my skin. Like the skin you're seeing right now, it was blood. It was red. It was everything was red. From my fingernails were the only thing you can see.
Dang.
I stood at the camera. I looked at it. I had broken ribs. Broken ribs. I stood there for 30 seconds. I was screaming, screaming like I did not want to give up. I did not want to fall. And then after 30 seconds, I collapsed. I passed out because of shortness of breath because your ribs, they were blocking my airflow.
Damn.
And I passed out. And there's another clip where it's my brother staring me down and I'm face flat. My head is turned that way. I'm practically dead. So they
Wow.
rushed me. They rushed me to the nearby hospital. I think it's the Tuzla Hospital, and I had 6 fractures in my right rib, and I believe 3 in my left.
That's just outrageous.
And I
There's
lost
no
the
other way
fight.
to put it.
And
Outrageous.
I lost. I went 34-1. And the reason why that's the best and the worst decision of my life is I'm gonna go with the worst. The pain I felt, unimaginable.
Right?
It was a big mistake challenging my brother because I got plowed. You can say I got absolutely mauled into the ground. But it's the best decision of my life because it humbled me and it grew me way too much as a person. Way
Wow.
too much. Way too much.
I don't even know what to say. Siri, you got something to say? You got something to add on?
I'm just shocked
I'm
about the fight.
speechless.
Also, how old were you during this time?
I was 8.5,
Yes, like an
10 years.
8-year-old kid,
Was
broken
that, was
ribs.
that, what, I can't even imagine. Being 8 years old.
So you guys, if you don't mind, I already showed YouTube, but I can show the podcast.
Yeah.
My ribs.
Yeah.
They're a lot more healed now. Back then, you can see when I in the picture when it shows, my rib was here. It was poking out. It was poking through my skin. You could see the bone.
Oh my god. That's like some zombie type beat for real.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. I'm just speechless, honestly, from that. That is a really good way to end off the stage of the fighting stage, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy. Siri, you got anything to add on that, Siri?
Nothing
Any
much. I'm in
questions?
shock after the story. Just I
Same,
want to hear.
same. I'm just in shock. Okay. So I think this is, if not, this is one of our, if not the little end stage of the podcast. So, um, all during all this podcast, we heard all the people you mentioned. We got your dad, your brother, your mother a little bit, but mainly your dad and your brother, right? Of course,
Mhm. Right.
and the little gang members.
Yep.
But I wanted to ask you, including you can include all those people you want. You can include people on the social media as well. But I want to ask you, um, who like currently, maybe in the past, maybe not like in the past, but now you don't feel like there's something to you. But who do you think like role modeled you the most? Gave you like any type of like role modeling feeling to you?
Um, I wanted to add a little bit. So it's my
Mm,
brother,
your brother.
but I want to tell you how wise he is.
Wait, so your brother's the first ever one that comes to every in the
Role
world.
model. And then it's my okay. Well, no. As of right now, me right now,
Yep.
it's God. That's my role model. That's
Okay.
who I follow. I follow God. But then I would put my brother and then I put my dad. But they don't come anywhere near God. But if you would ask me 6 years ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I'd say my brother.
Ooh, so what happened between these 3 years, 2 years? Why?
I got closer to my religion.
So back then, like, were you still like a Muslim back then?
I was I claimed the title as Muslim, but
Uh
I
huh.
never really practiced. Islam.
Like
I
what
just
you do now, right? Like you watch
yeah,
yourself, you pray, you read the
yeah.
Quran. Okay.
I I maybe prayed once every 3 weeks, which I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Oh yeah.
uh,
Wait. What? Okay. Keep going.
God teaches us
Mhm.
when you're young, it's not really when you hit adulthood in Islam terms is 13. It's puberty.
Okay.
But he says before that, if you sin, it's not really counted because you're still developing. You're not really, you know, you can't really be judged. You're still a kid. But
Understood.
I mean, if you murder somebody, maybe. But like, it's like if you do these small things, it's
Yeah.
like it won't really count. But I'll let God decide what He wants to punish me for, and what He wants to give me good deeds for. That's all up to Him to decide. And yeah,
Understood. Okay.
basically.
Okay. So we got God. So your
Mhm.
brother. Why was your brother the main one that comes to you a couple years ago and your second
And I
friend?
continued. Uh, I never knew my brother. Well, obviously I followed him. He was my
Yeah.
role model and everything. But I never knew how wise my brother was until I got to Bosnia.
Ooh.
My brother, he taught me you don't have to be the loudest to be the strongest. You don't have to be the loudest one there to be the strongest. You don't have to be the one that's always talking. My brother was the one that barely talked out of the 32 members, or 31, you can say. But when he did talk, it was more powerful than anything the other 30 members said. He said less, but more at the same time.
Wow. That is
So,
actually. Yeah. That's
mhm,
nice.
yeah.
That's
And
really.
basically, what made me realize how wise my brother was not until after our fight. Uh, so after they put me in a wheelchair, I was in a wheelchair for 4 weeks. It was very minimal fractures,
Four
so they,
weeks.
they were gonna recover quick. It's 4 weeks with 3 weeks physical
Did
therapy,
you
so
did you do
7 weeks.
any training anything like that in the 4 weeks?
No, I
No.
couldn't. I couldn't for the first 3.5 weeks. I could not barely move.
Wow.
So basically, I was wheeling myself, and people were wheeling me for 3.5 weeks mainly. And what I realized is I had to stay one more week with my brother after this training, or after this fight, I meant. And all the Kachuta members went back. I stayed with my brother, obviously, because he's my relative.
Yeah.
I realized how smart he was. So I kind of went crazy, I guess you could say, in my wheelchair. I wouldn't say mental, but I was getting there. I like could not. I was a very hyper person.
Yeah.
I could not stand being in this thing. And basically, my brother was making me food, was buying me like clothes, was doing this, was doing that. What do I do in return? I'm screaming at him. Why did you do this to me? Uh, I'm basic and like everything. And uh, the moment that changed me, and now I look back at it, I would smack myself, and I would do it over and over again. My brother, he said, when you get out of this wheelchair, this mindset that you have, you'll be an even farther greater man than I ever was. And at first, I'm banging my wheelchair. I'm fucking hitting my what's this called? Like the thing on the side right here.
Uh.
Like my handle. I was banging my handle.
Uh-huh.
And I was laughing like psychotically, I guess you could say. I was like going crazy basically.
Wow.
And I was basically laughing at him. I was like, yeah, like you know anything basically. But now that I look back at it, it took me really 6 years. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be touchy with you guys.
Yeah.
Although I recovered after 4 weeks, until until a little bit after my brother died back in 2022, November 17, maybe maybe March. It took me roughly 6 years to actually recover from what happened.
Damn.
So although I was recovered after 7 weeks physically, mentally I wasn't recovered for almost 6 years.
Damn. That's crazy.
Which
So,
now
Dang.
now correlates to the beginning of the podcast. Now every day I'm doing these workouts. I'm a completely new person. I'd say I'm a much matured person from who I used to be. I don't think you guys want to see who I used to be. Nobody
Yeah,
does.
of course, and of course, like you do this because there's like I 100% sure I'll bet all my money because that you think of your brother every single day.
Yeah.
You do this because like a part of you want to do this for your brother.
Because I know, inshallah, I know my brother
Yeah.
died a good Muslim. The last 3 years, although he was a meth addict, although he was a weed addict, although he was a gang member who killed 2 people, although he was uh, this fighter and everything, the last 3 years of his life, he devoured it all to the Islam tradition and everything. He became the best Muslim I've ever seen on this planet. And may God grant him paradise. So I want to follow in his footsteps, and I want to see him in heaven.
Wow. That got a
That's
lot of
why I do
meaning
it.
to it.
That's why
That
I
got a
do it.
lot of meaning to it. Okay. Wow, that's a way to end it out. Siri, got anything to add to that?
No, the entire story is just catch me off guard.
It's
I'm just
like,
thinking about it.
dude, the stuff that you just said right there, like I don't think there's anything to add to that. It was like,
And uh, I say 2018
yeah.
to 2020. Uh, I kept telling people, and I tell them today as well, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I tell people, you don't know me. Like
Mhm.
you think you don't know the real me,
Uh huh.
and I don't. But it's not like at the same time. The problem was when I say that I want them to know the real me, but at the same time I'm scared for them to know the real me because I barely elaborated. The one thing I said when I was laughing psychotically was nothing for the other things I did. I was fucking crazy. I was not okay mentally. I was not doing good mentally. I had a God complex. That's why when I was younger, I wasn't really a good Muslim. I had a God complex. I thought I was supernatural.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. So you just said was pretty. It has meaning to it. It has meaning in the back.
And I would go to my sisters for 2 years. I would cry because my sisters are the only ones other than my brothers or my brother that know me. And I went crying to them for 2 years. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I
Yeah.
do? And they were telling me what to do, but I was, it went through 1 year, not the other.
Mhm.
I wanted to know and get advice, but I wasn't wanting to listen at the same time.
Wow. Yeah. I feel like everybody like in a part of their life, everybody has experienced that before.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh wow, wow, wow. Siri, are you in shock? Because I am. I'm definitely in shock.
I'm just like it really got to my heart the part where he said talking about how he wants to see his brother in heaven and that's why he
Yeah,
wants to become a better Muslim.
for sure. Like that had a lot of meaning to it behind everything.
I believe his last 3 years of his life, although it was quantity times shorter than his other part, it was definitely quality times more than the other years he lived.
For sure. Okay. Wow. Well, that was a lot of stuff right
Mhm.
there. Wow. You got anything to add to that, Mirza? Anything?
And I'm just happy who I am now.
Yeah.
Um, I hope to have a good family. I hope to become the greatest soccer
Oh
player.
yeah. So what are you planning for your future? What are your plans for the future?
You already know, soccer. I'm finna blast out this world. I'm finna
Uh-huh.
get 1,000 goals. I'm finna be the best player of all time.
Best player
Inshallah.
over Messi, Ronaldo.
I have to stay humble, but I believe it.
You
Second,
believe it?
second, I'm gonna marry my shorty,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I'm gonna have 2 or 3 kids. You already know.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the greatest father you ever seen.
You trying to get how many kids? Two, three?
two or
Two, three.
three.
Okay, okay. Do
Three
you have
if it
like any
slips. Three if it slips. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
okay. Okay. You fell into like what like two boys, two girls, one boy. What you trying to have? You got any
Older
plans?
girl, younger boy.
A older girl, two older girls,
No, one older girl, one older or younger boy.
one older girl, one younger boy. So you don't have the boy on the younger side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. I see that. I see that. Okay. So you got anything to add on to that little
Yeah.
part?
I feel like his plans are like sort of his parents' plan. Like Mir's the younger boy, and then his older sister.
Uh huh. Oh yeah,
It's
for
like some
sure. Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yep.
inspiration.
Oh well, yeah. Did you take any like inspiration behind that as well? What you just said?
Like behind the girl and boy.
Like younger boy, older girl.
Well, that's my plan,
Uh
but
huh.
I wouldn't mind having an older boy, a middle child girl, and a younger boy, because then the older brother
Hmm.
can teach the younger brother and the younger sister at the same time.
But like, did you take inspiration though from that?
No, I thought of it myself,
Uh huh. Okay,
and
interesting.
I feel like four or more is too much. I'm gonna be honest, but one is too little.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Like, I see that for myself as well. What about you, Siri? Do you see that for yourself?
A big
Oh,
family.
Vic,
I was
you want how many kids you want, Siri?
Like
six.
I'm thinking 3 to 4, not six. You mean six?
Four?
Yeah, like 4. Like I want a big house. I like big houses, like noisy people.
Well, you better make bread if you want that much fucking motherfuckers in your house. You better make bread.
Four little Seriosios.
You
Uh,
better make bread. Well, okay, so before we end this huge, actually, not little, this huge podcast episode we actually done, you guys have anything to add on that series? Mirza, you go first. You got anything to add on all the stuff you just said? Crazy stuff.
What else is there to add? I mean, like I said, I want to be the best soccer player. I want to be the best husband.
Uh huh.
I want to make my show. I want to elaborate on
Uh
that.
huh. Okay.
It- It's either going to be an anime or a live action. Still thinking about it.
Ooh. Okay.
Uh, it's called TBFM. It has a lot of meaning. Uh, the point of the show is it's like an artificial, like I'm basically taking the ego that I had when I was younger and I'm throwing it into a show. But artificially, like it's not real. It's not based on real
Mhm.
stuff. But it's like I'm taking all of that and I'm throwing it out of me. I'm getting it right out of me and I'm throwing it into that.
Wow. Oh man, that sounds like a good idea. That actually
And
does. From all the
I hope,
story you said, yeah, sounds like a good idea.
I hope to travel the world with my wife when I retire.
Mhm.
After that, travel to all 197 countries. But
yeah.
Sheesh.
most of all of those years, I want to die a good Muslim.
Wow. Okay.
I want
Well,
to go.
okay, Mirza. So that's your plan. What do you gotta say? Obviously now by the viewers, if they made it to this end, well, they know like a lot about you now.
Mhm.
So what you got any like say like things to say? Any maybe motivation, anything to say to the viewers right now? That is in our Crit Talkers podcast right now, currently.
January 14th, 2024.
Ooh, is that the big documentary you were talking about?
Maybe. It might be
Wow.
more than the documentary.
Ooh, okay. So, okay, guys. Also like Mirza, right? January what?
2024.
2024. So Mirza's actually making a documentary that what is releasing on what Netflix,
Most likely that's not guaranteed, so guys don't.
but
But
most
it will
likely,
release. It will release
even though
eventually.
if it doesn't release on Netflix, it's gonna release on somewhere though, for sure.
I'll probably get a deal with like Hulu or IMDb, something like that.
For sure. Okay. So yeah, guys. So he's gonna release a little documentary of his like what like his. Run me through the documentary real quick, because I don't
The
even know yet.
documentary, the documentary has an album behind it, and the album tells a story. It will be released a week before.
Okay.
Tells a story, and then the documentary paints the picture of the story.
Interesting. Okay. So
And
it's
the,
oh wow.
and the album and the documentary are both called 2017, which is the year that all
Of
that went
all the
down.
stuff that happened.
Yeah. And wow, it's
So let me get it clear. So a week before the album, the lyrics, right? This one I'm thinking the lyrics are gonna be like sort of like a book. Say like Harry Potter, it's gonna be a book, but after the documentary come out, it's gonna be a movie.
It's like it's like if Tupac made an album
Uh
and then
huh.
he dropped like a film later on that album.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. So Siri, you got anything to add to that as well?
No, I'm just gonna start preparing popcorn 2017, 2024.
Okay.
Great
Gotta
to
gotta
watch.
reach out,
I'm
boys.
telling you guys, and I'm not saying this like to hype myself up, to have any ego. I'm gonna be humble about it. This might be a top five album you ever heard. I'm not even gonna lie.
That might be hard. That's gonna be
I'm
hard
not
to
gonna lie.
beat in my book, though.
The instrumental matches every single title name. The lyrics are broken out of this world. But for me, I'm gonna be a little biased because
I'm
it's my life
excited.
story. It's my life story.
Oh, I'm
But for you guys,
excited.
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
kind of excited to see Mirza's story. I'm
Mhm.
excited. All right.
Basically, what I told you guys right now is a
Mm-hmm.
little trailer. Oh, it's really gonna go down.
Wow. So like in this hour span of hour, just a little trailer.
Yep.
Wow. All right. Well, I wish that, I have a chance to see that when it comes out. Notify me, bro. Notify me like the second it drop. I'll be on the lookout. Notify me, Siri. We're gonna be on the lookout, man. I'll be excited. All right. So is that all you guys want to add? Anything else?
No, no,
No,
that's all,
everything is
baby.
good. All right. So that would be the end of the podcast, boys. So
You guys for
wow,
having me.
this was so crazy. Man, we went through all the things that Mirza like. Bro, I think I asked all the questions I wanted to ask. You got all the things early life, everything, and I got a satisfied answer from that. It's like really good, and I'm sure that Siri had a satisfied ears to hear all that stories and everything. All right, so if you guys enjoyed this episode, definitely one of the most meaningful episode we have done in the Career Talkers channel. But yeah, and if Mirza have any other things social media platforms you want to drop, I'll make it in the link in the description below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed this podcast, make sure to hit that like button, man. Subscribe if you guys are new. Road to 50 subscribers, man. We're trying to hit it big. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time, man. Peace out, boys.
Red.
Peace.